All right. Well, welcome everybody. I want to just congratulate everybody that took the time to be on the call here tonight. I'm here for Team 1% training. Today is the official Friday night training. So wherever you guys are tuning in from, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. Thank you for taking the time to carve out the time to be here to learn and grow. Hello, everybody. My name is Christopher Kim. I am a national director here at Riman North America. And today, I have the honor of sharing with you some insight of how I was able to build a business for the past 18 years, doing this full-time income at a very, very high level. And tonight, I'm going to share some information with you that can really set the trajectory, set the tone correctly for you guys today. So before I get into the training, there's a lot to cover, so I'm going to fly through this. But I briefly want to share my story with you guys. Some of you might have heard of it. Some of you might know it. Some of you are meeting me for the first time. I used to be a K-pop singer, a recording artist 25 years ago. But I didn't know the beat to business. I had a successful career, but there's one thing you guys do have to be mindful of. Fame and fortune are two different things. I got a chance to experience a lot of fame, a lot of success in my career, but for the amount of success, I didn't quite get to really conquer the fortune part. But luckily for me, in 2007 of August, good fortune came my way. Just by chance, I was able to meet this industry, but I paid attention. I took notes. I humbled myself and became coachable. And this industry completely revolutionized and changed my life forever. When it comes to the beauty industry, the skincare business, I got started with my partner, Mr. Timothy Herr, in around 2011. And we went on to be in that company for about 14 years. We did over $1 billion in sales, had massive success financially. But the company decided to go another direction. They ultimately pursued travel, but there's really no money in travel. You're actually promoting a promotion code for another company in the name of traveling. There wasn't really much money there, and we decided to really stay in our lane, stay true to the core foundation that really built the wealth for us. And lo and behold, at the right moment in time, we found Riman in 2023. So that's really our story. I've been in the business for about 18 years. I've been with Riman for about 2 years, and it's just been a dream come true. It's been a wonderful ride. So with that said, I'm going to kind of get into our Microsoft, our PowerPoint. Yeah, I'm going to get into our PowerPoint, really start our announcement, kind of go over some of the basic stuff that we need to know. And today I'm going to be training on why Riman, why today, where we are, what industry we're a part of, and really where the financial opportunity is for you. So you could have that trajectory, the right mindset, coming out the gates. When you put on a button-up shirt, I always often like to say you have to put the first button in the first hole correctly in order for everything to follow through. So today, I'm going to share with you guys a few announcements before I get into the training, but these are our August starter kits. As you know, we have the 330, the 297, the 231 BP, I'm sorry, 297 SP, the 1018 SP, and the 1501 SP. What I want to tell everybody today here is just get in where you fit in, get in where you feel most comfortable. But if you want to set the right trajectory, right, set the right tone, it's not the blowing of the wind, but the set of the sail, and you want to put the right button on first, I would recommend going and upgrading to the 1500 pack. The reality of the matter is we're selling cheap, affordable luxury that everybody can afford, and you're going to want some inventory on hand, because the fact of the matter is, just think of it like Girl Scout cookies, right? When you're first passing Girl Scouts and you have a chance to buy these Girl Scout cookies, you buy it without a second thought because you know they're delicious and they're frankly affordable, right? But imagine if you kind of looked over the opportunity to buy it right then and there. You would probably talk yourself out of buying it, even though it was something you would enjoy. But it's the right place, right time. So ultimately, you want to have a set for you to use for yourself, be a walking billboard. The second set you really want to have so that you know how to sell, whether you're at a K pop up or a sit down or just a opportunity in the moment. You want to be able to sell, know what that is like, how to do these transactions smoothly, operate effectively. And the third part is to demo and actually build your business through these K pop ups. So with that said, These are the starter kits for America. Here in Canada, we also have the Canadian starter sets. These are priced in CAD. It is the equivalent of USD times 3, so the price is pretty accurate. It's pretty the same, but make sure you guys take advantage of this. The option to upgrade is there. Like I said, get in where you fit in, but if you want to take my advice, I do recommend pushing so you have some product on hand. So as you know, we just did a new country launch into the Philippines. We're really, really excited. So, the pre-launch actually got started July 15th. We went on to phase 2, August 18th for the open enrollment, September 1st. As you know, product shipping begins. If you go to ph.riman.com, you'll be able to check out all the details and all the info there. And coming to you at the end of October, we have our first ever Riman Asia convention. This is a big one. So for those of you that have business overseas, has business in Asia, this is going to be the one you want to run and gun for. This is going to be one of the biggest by far events. It's going to be a life-changing event. It's done in Macau, pretty much the Las Vegas of Asia. There's going to be about 8 to 9 countries participating in this, starting with South Korea. We have Taiwan, Japan, Philippines, Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Greater China, and we also have many more markets that are looking to participate coming through. So make sure you do get your people registered. It is going to be a life-changing event. It is going to be held at the Londoner Hotel. It is called Bloom with Riman in Macau at the Grand Hotel. So this is going to be kicked off October 31st to November 2nd. I'll see you guys there. Also, you're going to be able to get a chance to get a free Inselderm travel kit. As you know, this year we are launching our signature Riman retreat for 2025, which is going to be visiting South Korea. You're going to be able to chance to really visit the island of Jeju and really visit Riman Village. It's really cool over there. It's a luxury 9 villa resort, and they're going to take you to the smart farm. You're going to be able to go see the lava water center and see the whole experience about what this is all about. As you know, once you qualify for tier 1, it's for a trip for one. If you qualify for tier 2, you get $2,000 in reimbursement. Tier 3, you get $4,000 in reimbursement. Tier 4, pretty much you get to fly in style business class. Pretty much you get a $10,000 airfare reimbursement. So for those of you that want some additional details, you can find all of this on the drive. There are a lot of announcements that I do have to cover, so I am going to fly through this as quick as I can. As you know, also in September 5th through the 7th, we have the Roadmap 2025 going down in Viva Las Vegas, Nevada. It's at the Rio Hotel, 3700 West Flamingo Road. So be there. This is going to be a life-changing event. As you know, convention is a life-changing event. It's a commitment event. This is where the commitment is made. This is where the top income earners are created. This is where the national directors are created. This is where everything starts. So make sure you guys get your team there. We have a 10-ticket bundle for $9.99. Single tickets are $159. Make sure you guys take advantage of this. The price will go up after September 1st. Make sure you take a screenshot. You can buy these tickets through the QR codes. So here is the agenda for the Roadmap 2025. On Thursday, we will be commencing VIP check-in, open from 5 to 8 p.m. So if you get there early, you're going to be able to get all your passes. You could bypass everything in the morning. Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. we will recommence the VIP check-in for the opening. And as you know, for team leaders and higher team leaders, you guys need to be flying in early Friday morning, because we will be having a special 2 to 6 p.m. team leader and higher leadership training day. This is going to be an all jam-packed event with special training. Mr. Danny Bay will be leading the charge. I'm sure Mr. Timothy Herr is going to be there. Some of the other national directors are going to be there to give you some insight. So from 2 to 8 p.m., this is going to be going down. Also, at 7:30 on that Friday, September 5th, we are going to be doing the Team Leader and Higher Riman Dinner Gala. This is where all the memories are made, the insider party. Make sure you guys get your RSVP in. Also, for those of you that are, this is going to be held at the Amazon G area. This is where the dinner is going to actually be happening. The gala, that's the room number. But for those of you that are team leader candidates, which are senior managers about to wrap this up, get this done before convention so we could see you there. So as you know, the Saturday agenda, 8 to 10 common areas are open. 9 to 1, the general session happens. 1 to 3 is probably where we're going to be taking our lunch break. 1:30 to 2:30, director and above are going to be having their special luncheon, and 3 to 6 30, the general session will be commencing. And as you know, Sunday, 8 to 10, the area is open. 9 to 1, we'll be having our final session and ending it with a bang. So before you go, know this before you go, make sure you bring your printed digital copy of your ticket. Bring some spare headphones. Don't be there and be square looking for earphones that you didn't have, or if they ran out, bring your own. Be ready, be prepared. Obviously bring your notepad and pen to take notes. Bring your charging bank so you're not panicked and sidetracked. Go to your check inbox. Each morning of the event. We will send out a unique link for the via Zoom live events, and also make sure you visit the hotel's site map so you know really where the event is, where the venue, everything's going down. Be prepared. All right, so you must become a team leader by August 31st to attend the Leadership Day, team leaders and above only. This is on August 31st. This is the leadership meeting happening at 2 p.m. on that Friday. Okay, so we're going to be doing a K-Beauty Heritage Mastery, Business Building Mastery, Sales Strategy Mastery, Presentation and Training Mastery. Remember, the planners with the most presenters and the people that understand the comp plan, they're going to by far have the biggest duplication, have the biggest winning team. Make sure you guys get all your people here qualified. Obviously, you're going to learn leadership mastery, business expansion and mastery, duplication mastery, how to really duplicate your business, how to build a multi-million-dollar business with the K-Beauty business mastery. All right, guys. So when is that? It's going to be September 5th. 2 to 6 p.m. leadership session. 7 to 10 p.m. is going to be the team leader and above gala. So this is going to be for all the team leaders. Obviously, Rio Hotel Convention. Make sure you take a picture of these QR codes. Scan here to book your room and RSVP for the dinner gala. All right. So this is the dinner gala, the Riman Gala. You have officially been invited if you are a team leader. If you're not a team leader, wrap this up by August 31st and you will be qualified to go. Make sure you guys really take the time to wrap it up. All right. So take a picture of this QR code. This is to RSVP. The deadline is September 2nd. It is a adults only affair, so make sure you wear formal or cocktail attire. What I mean by that is dress to impress, look your best. What is long lasting after the moment is gone are the pictures. So make sure you come prepared, look your best. All right, so book your room for Riman Roadmap. Obviously, we have a bulk of rooms that we blocked out by having our convention here. September 6th to 7th is the actual convention training day. Book your room with this QR code. And also, these are some of the steps that you can do. Once you get to that QR code, click make a reservation, find the room, find the rooms you want, find the availability, bada boom, bada bing, and you're in. All right, so we will be covering some product announcements. As you know, the Collagen 100 melting sheet is here to stay. It's been a big viral sensation. It's been a hot topic. It's been a hot product of the year for 2024. And this year, 2025, it is here to stay as an official ICD product. Get them while supplies last. They will be here to stay. So congratulations for bringing in a new product line. As you know, the all new moisture layer sunscreen SPF 50 plus. The new and improved, the new makeover sunscreen is here to stay. Take advantage. Keep calm. We've got you covered. All right. So the key ingredients is glucosylcerin, 8-layer hyaluronic acid, and Luciate Mela XD. So there's a patent on this. And as you know, sunscreen has been a hot topic here in the US, and this is by far one of the best you can get. So make sure you guys take advantage of the new sunscreen that's been out, the new and improved. And as you know, here at Riman North America, tradition meets innovation. We are going to go back to the basics where everybody can learn to cleanse, hydrate, and protect. So make sure you guys access this Zoom link down here at the bottom. It's Wednesday, August 20th. At 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with the amazing Angie Troilo. She is our product trainer and development manager. So make sure you guys get that in, promote this to your team. As you know, in order to make really, really life-changing money in this business, there is a difference. You must become a master promoter in this business. Don't be an announcer. There is a very clear difference between promoter and announcer, and the promoters always make money. Promoters make the calls, personalized voice messages or text, sends personalized messages, but an announcer, he's going to send out a mass text message and just keep his fingers crossed, right? But what does a promoter do? They're going to create a massive amount of excitement. They're going to sell the sizzle more than the stake, right? An announcer, again, they're going to just hope that it's going to happen without any type of navigating in the situation. Here we get planners taking notes with on the edge of their chair. We do this with intention. And here we tell planners you can just watch the recording. There is a difference with enthusiasm, taking action as a planner, and being an announcer and just letting people know. So here, obviously, promoters create momentum and announcers wait for momentum to happen. So with that said, the fortune is in the follow up with a Zoom exposure, right? So every single Zoom or a K pop up or a demo or a three-way call or connection call is actually building an event to event to event, promoting the next event. And this is how you get good in this business. This is how you make a lot of money, by being a great promoter. So as you know, today I will be promoting to you. On Saturday, we have the all Chinese call. Mr. Timothy and her and I, we host this opportunity call. But before we have the opportunity call, Mr. Timothy here takes the time with our translator to do a team leader and above specific training. So if you have any Chinese leaders, make sure you get them on the call. And at 7 p.m., we will be launching our Mandarin, Standard Chinese, Simplified Chinese business opportunity call. This is at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you have any prospects that speak Mandarin, make sure you get them on the call. This week, I'll be hosting it with our top producing director, Mr. Jackie Wu. When he presents, he is on fire. Make sure you guys get on. And as you know, on Mondays, we have the team leader and above leadership call every Monday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with our North America president, Mr. Danny Bay. And on Monday, we have the Riman opportunity overview with our top producing team leader, Mr. Jermaine Johnson. So be on this call. Everything you need is here for with the Team 1% training system. And as you know, on Mondays, we have Riman Revealed in Spanish at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our Spanish leaders in Mexico are leading the charge. They're having massive momentum. If you have anybody, especially in the SoCal region, in the Mexico region, that speaks Spanish, se habla español, get them on the call. On Monday night, simultaneously, at the same time, at 6:30, 7:30 p.m., we will be hosting a Riman Revealed live event at the Irvine HQ on Monday, hosted by myself, Mr. Christopher Kim, and Mr. Timothy Her. We are gaining some traction. We are gaining momentum. This is the perfect opportunity and overview to give your guests the right type of exposure. All right, so on Tuesday, we have the official company ran orientation. You're going to have the wonderful Miss Anna Kim. She's actually collectively done over $1 million in sales. I believe she's had her most highest income this week, a multiple five-figure income just by selling products, working from home, raising 3 children. So you're going to be able to really hear her story, how she's able to do this. Also, we have Miss Erin Real, Marcel Young, and also our top producing senior director, Miss Brianna Michaels. She just got back from the Philippines with some major team expansion. And to close off the call, you're going to have one of our top producing national directors, one of our founding distributors, Mr. Steve Hyun. So Tuesday is going to be the orientation, learning the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. Wednesday is going to be tradition meeting innovation. This is going to be a all product training. All right, so Wednesday, we're also going to be doing the Mexico orientation in Spanish, along with the 6 p.m. Riman Revealed opportunity presentation done by our national director, Mr. Steve Hyun, and the influencer top producing director, Ms. Christy Belliston. So tonight, I'm going to be launching on the Why Riman training, but next Friday I will be also going over the bulletproof mindset training. So this training is going to be a 6 to 8 week training course that I'm going to be kind of leading the charge. It's going to be a series of giving you guys insight and training on how I built my business, how I was able to really get my skill set up, how to really be coachable, but really understanding the science behind the method. And I'm going to kind of take you down this road. What worked for me. There's many styles, but I'm going to give you some insight, and that training is going to be able to give you guys an understanding of how I did it, and you can take it and you can use it as you please. So with that said, we also have the 3X promotion in August. As you know, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. It's going to be tier 1, $300, tier 2, $1,000, tier 3, $2,500. Pretty much plain and simple. Mr. Timothy Her actually prepared the slide for us. This is actually what you need Plain and simple in visual training. To get that $300, you need everybody uni-level qualified, including yourself. To get tier two, you need everybody uni-level qualified, including yourself, but you need to get them to manager. And tier three, you need everybody uni-level qualified, including yourself, and you have to get your new people to senior manager. It's that simple, plain and easy. So here we go. I'm going to be kicking off officially the Welcome to the 8-Week Training Course done by Mr. Christopher Kim, National Director. And today I am going to be covering why Riman and why possibly Riman is the greatest opportunity of 2025 and possibly the next few years coming. I'm not saying this because because I'm a part of Riman and I'm being biased. Yeah, I have some bias, but also I want you to put in perspective. Before I joined Riman, Mr. Danny Bay had pursued me and Mr. Tim Her for almost close to a year to join. Prior to that, we were on the cusp of starting our own direct selling company. But we had to take a honest, humble, open-minded look, and the obvious answer was, when it comes to companies, we had to ask ourselves, when you look at companies out there, ask yourself, what is going to be the next legacy company before it becomes that legacy company, right? Every company had a Apple in the garage moment or Amazon in the garage moment. Same thing here, right? When people are in the know about a certain trend, but you have the compelling story and you got the product, you have access, you have a chance to front run the market. This is actually how life-changing wealth happens. This is how you can get rich in network marketing. So today, I want to kind of share with you what the why Riman First Movers Advantage really is, and the kind of attitude, the kind of mindset, the kind of angle I saw, what made me join Riman. So with that said, today, I'm going to share with you some basic facts that I really talk about in my opportunity presentation. You got to understand in the first part of your career, you have to understand why you're doing this. There's a lot of people that are like all in, pedal to the metal, but at the same token, on the flip side, there's people that are kind of ashamed. They're kind of doing it from arm's distance. They have this attitude, if I make it happen, then other people will follow me to make it happen, or, from arm's distance. But the reality of the matter is you got to be all in, not necessarily your time, but your mindset and understanding why you're a part of this particular opportunity and what it can financially do for you, right? So I'm going to start with basic social economic status because, when I was in school, I never heard this before. I've never, ever heard this kind of information in my life. And the reason why I want to share this kind of information with you is your basic job when you're bringing in a new planner is to help them and support them. But the number one thing you have to never deviate from is make sure you have your new planners have a new paradigm shift in the way they make money. You have to understand that their success depends on this. You have to make sure they have a complete paradigm shift on the concept of making money, a new way of making money, a new concept and outlook of how they could better their lives, right? You're giving them a paradigm shift that there's also multiple other types of vehicles that can help you get to your destination. And when I heard this, it was really an eye-opener and helped me understand why I need to really give it my all in that short period amount of time and do my best while I'm in direct selling. Because when I was in school, nobody ever taught me this. Nobody ever told me this. Nobody ever told me there's a class called Success 101. Nobody ever told me how to do my taxes. Nobody ever taught me the B to business. And when I came into this industry, it was a big eye opener and a paradigm shift. And really, what network marketing Remon can do for you is this: it's the cheat code to life. Because the reality is this: you have to wake up and realize there's people that are good in school, and there's people that are good at life, the game of life. And network marketing is the cheat code that really helps you have the paradigm shift to have a better outlook at getting good at the game of life. So this is the information I want to share to you. Somebody shared this with me 18 years ago, and it completely just revolutionized the way I was thinking, right? Nobody shared this in school. So, social economic status kind of works like this. There's the 5 and the 95, right? There's the 5% that literally control and rule the 95%, right? So what are the 5%? it's divvied up in two categories. No, within the 5%, there's the 4%, which are financially independent, right? They don't need any government assistance. They could live quite comfortably. And the 1% are known as the wealthy. And the rest of the 95% are the people living paycheck to paycheck, working at a job, that have a career. Not to say that that's wrong, but everybody knows deep down inside, at some point, if they want to have a financial U-turn in their lives, they need to do something different, right? So this is where network marketing really comes in. The 1% are the ultra wealthy, the 4% are financially free, and the 95% are the salary based. But the 5 control the 95, right? So as you know, and when you can see this part right here where you see the 1% ultra wealthy, hence team 1%, we want to create the ultra wealthy within the industry. We want to create the elite within our team and within our company, right? So that's really where the philosophy comes from. But when I heard this, it was really mind blowing. It was like shocking to me. Like I didn't really understand or grasp how the real economics work in life, right? And we have this perception of wealth distribution, right? We think there's the wealthy class, the financially independent class, then the middle class, and then there's the poor, right? Well, when we have this perception, we obviously think like things have to be fair, right? If you graduate college, you're automatically going to be success. That type of unknown knowledge like that you think is absolutely true, right? But the reality of the matter is this is the actual distribution of wealth. The wealthy hold pretty much 65% of the entire money in GDP or liquid funds available, right? Then you have the financially independent that holds about 29% of the wealth. And when you look at the middle class, 4% is only held by the middle class, meaning it's a disappearing class. And as you know, the 4% only make up 2% of the world's wealth, right? So what this actually is telling us is the middle class is disappearing. So what is that telling us? For the past 15 years, I was taught in network marketing, the middle class is disappearing and there's only going to be two roads, right? The path to the poor or the path to the rich. And you're going to have to choose, right? But most people want to go to the path of the rich, but they don't know the method. They don't really know the GPSing system. We all want to get there, but most people don't have a clue, right? But why building multiple streams of incomes matters, right? So what we talk about in our industry is the beauty of part-time, right? You could work full-time on your job and part-time on your fortune, right? She's not on our team, but this is somebody that has a remarkable story. She's a senior director. I'm sure she's about to wrap up national director, but Miss Karen Kang, right? She's a founding distributor here in North America. She's an investment banker. She still has her full-time job and she's making multiple 5 figures working it part-time as a senior director, right? So this is really the whole magic of the business. It's being able to build a second stream of income till that income can potentially become bigger than your career salary, right? So what you have to understand is when you're working a job, right, you have a very limited avenue and a way of making money, right? You have limited promotions, limited income, you have a set salary, and at some point you're forced into retirement because you're trading hours for dollars. But actually, self-employed is actually a lot harder. They say 90% of self-employed, new startups, new businesses, small businesses, they fail about 90% of the time, right? Probably from lack of experience, lack of funding, tied down, and the business owns you, right? So why network marketing? Why Riman? Because Riman is actually a proven platform and a system that can help you attain cash flow, meaning you can get rich and have a lot of money at the same time. You see, there's a lot of there's a lot of professions out there that will allow you to make a lot of money, whether it's a sales position, become a doctor, or a franchise owner. Any type of profession, there's a lot of avenues where you can make a lot of money, but there are seldom, very few, rare opportunities of careers that give you a lot of money and time, right? That sounds like a dream come true, but lo and behold, things that actually help you make money while you have your time are things like royalties, right? Like a songwriter could write a song, it becomes a hit. Someone like Michael Jackson, Elvis, or Tupac, they say their royalties have outlived their lives and their families are still getting paid on it, right? Something like that, right? Or if you are a real estate holdings owner like Robert Kiyosaki and you hold multiple doors, multiple real estate holdings, right? That in itself, because at the first of the month, someone's paying their rent, someone's paying their dues, and you're getting paid, right? So in that sense, network marketing gives you that platform where money works for you, right? Because how this works is, if you read a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, he actually talks about this cash flow quadrant. I know a lot of you already know this, you guys have read it, but it's actually fascinating because what he's actually explaining is the employee side, it's not going to work. Obviously, you can't get rich trading hours for dollars. Self-employed is the same thing. You're kind of riding a bicycle. If you stop cycling, you're going to fall over, the business dies, and no more income, right? So how do you get rich? So he's saying you have to get into the big business side of things, right? So it's easy for us to come up with the excuse, well, I don't have any money. How do I get into the big business? And this is why in his book, he talks about network marketing is the perfect platform for you and anybody that's got an average life, but got big ambitions and wants to get rich. Why? Because the concept of network marketing uses the same platform the way wealthy people have money work for them. And it's the concept of leverage where you have other people doing work and you get a small percentage of that, right? John D. Rockefeller talked about this, right? He said, I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than me doing 100% of the work. So he's talking about copying the successful people, right? And really what network marketing can do for you is it can help you get rich, right? Like rich, life-changing rich. It can potentially do that if you do the right steps, build the business, stay committed, right? But what he's also talking about in this quadrant, why network marketing can be a life-changing, wealth-generating tool and a type of a platform for you or the average American is because once you're able to build a residual income, right? Think about it, right? You'll only be able to build a residual income with really good products that people are willing to buy, want to buy again for the second, third buy. Well, Riman, they have that. Like that's one of the hardest solutions to really cover, but Riman's got that covered day in and day out. Like we can do it with our hands tied behind our back, right? So you have a repurchasable, residualizable product, okay? So he's talking about how if you get into the big business sector and you could harness a system of leverage, that's going to be a platform where you have money working for you. And when you have cash flow, you have an opportunity where you could invest in multiple things, right? And as an investor, that's where the life-changing wealth happens. Why? Let's think about it, right? How did Elon Musk become wealthy, right? Yeah, he sold millions of Tesla cars, but he didn't become a bazillionaire by selling so many cars. It was the value he brought to the marketplace, and his company had what? A big evaluation. The value grew, right? So that's how wealth is actually created. So how you can really create wealth through network marketing is as you build a residual income stream, you have a fountain of water, literally like a fountain of residual income paying you month after month, year after year, and it puts you in a unique position where preparation, money, opportunity, all aligned, the stars align, and you could potentially diversify. So this is what Robert Kiyosaki is talking about, and this is why Riman could potentially change your life at this moment in time, because the industry landscape has completely changed too, and Riman came onto the scene with the right solution at the right moment in time, right? So understanding financial freedom and time, why Riman can actually change your life is here. Yeah, you need to get some products and you need to be kind of ready to, sell and expand your business. But what's really more important than actually buying products or selling products is your time investment in the business. See, when I recruit a brand new person, I actually let them know what I'm really interested in more than you buying products or what kind of package you buy is your time investment into the business. And I make an emphasis how important that is, because the reality of the matter is most people quit early on before they could even see the seeds of their work flourish, right? So how this business really works is literally work, 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 check. And then after a while, it's work, 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 check. You work harder, work, 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 check. Then it's work, work, check, work, check, work, work, check, 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 work, check, 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 work, check, 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 check. What that means is in the beginning, of course, you're not going to be good. In the beginning, of course, you're starting from scratch. In the beginning, it takes time to build up. This is a 2, 3, 4, 5 year outlook trajectory, right? But it can ultimately U-turn your financial life. So you have to understand that it's the time investment required. In the beginning, you might put in 100% of your effort and you might see 0% of your fruits, right? But if you stay consistent, right, if you're persistent, you're going to get it. If you stay consistent, it says you're going to keep it, right? So as you build along and be persistent, At some point, you're going to be able to put in 50% of your time and make 50% of your money. And as your team grows like a tree branch, like an olive branch, and it starts to expand with or without you, at some point you're going to be able to put 0% effort and make 100% of the money. That's the leverage that Robert Kiyosaki is talking about. With a simple solution of your time investment, you can get absolutely rich, right? Rich. Now, wealth, it's what you do with your riches. Riman is the first step that's going to help you get rich. If you sow it, do the work, put in the time, master your craft, be a student of the business, and do it with pride, lead with presidential qualities, have integrity. You do those things, over time, you're going to build a big cash flow. And with that cash flow, it's going to put you in a position where you could, be ready for the right opportunity at the right time. Okay. So moving on out. So here's really what I want to talk about when it comes to opportunity and preparation, right? This is from 2023, but I'm talking about like Riman. They were number 23 in the world with only Korea's revenue. Think about that. That's a staggering number. That's a compelling story. Okay, so you have a compelling story. So this is where we really, really are. There is an opportunity in the marketplace right now. Why? Think about it, right? If you go to any teenage mother of a daughter and you just say, tell me what you know about Korean skincare, tell me what you know about Korean makeup, and you stay quiet and you just watch them and let them speak, you're going to be able to get a pulse and a temperature of what is trending in the market. So what I mean by that is K-beauty is big outside of our industry, guys. Like, remember, in our direct selling industry, we have to introduce a product. We have to play the game of convincing. We have to also create this awareness, and you have to feed people confidence. But here, outside of our industry, K-beauty is becoming a household name. K-beauty is becoming global. K-beauty is something that is just not for Asian people anymore. It's becoming its own category. So at that right opportunity, what do you need? You need to be prepared, right? Because when the right type of people come along, the right type of prospect, the right type of customers, that's how you're going to grow in this business, right? So you have to understand this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. There are seldom many companies that have products that are already trending worldwide in the mainstream. Places like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Amazon, everywhere you go, people are already in the know. Okay. So with that said, you guys have to have that mindset that you have to be in the right place at the right time. So why Riman is actually special is there are 4 stages to really be building wealth. Okay. Whether it's a company or yourself in a macro or a micro point of view. But most companies, when they get started, this is what Robert Kiyosaki is also talking about, right? In the beginning, 90% of businesses fail. That's called the formulation stage, whether it's a lack of funding, lack of information, lack of work power, lack of money, whatever the case is, most companies fail, right? Then there's the concentration stage. Here, they barely made it out alive, but tomorrow is not promised. That's the type of stage most companies go through, just trying to meet their monthly cash flow. But here we are, Riman, we're at the momentum stage, at the height of the bell curve. The reason why we are here is because everything is tested, tried, and true already in the Korean market. But also, you have to understand, when we talk about our owner being a formulating savant, that's actually true because they spent 4 years researching and developing this product before one single product was sold. And after the debut, guess what? 40 million people in a 50 million population bought it. That's how you receive massive momentum, because 95% of the entire population at some point has bought and used this product, right? So the reason why Riman is important now is because Riman, once they had all of their major success in South Korea alone, they made a proclamation that they're going to be expanding globally, because given the time where we are with K-beauty, the things that most consumers all around the world are looking for. So what they did is they made a plan to launch into 50 countries, starting with the top 10 highest imported K-beauty countries. And this is why we're seeing massive momentum today. But really, when the company gets to stability, that means at some point, for all the time you've invested, all the years you spent here, they've became stable, safe, and legacy because of all of your hard work. So when this company at some point becomes stable, you will have a stable cash flowing residual income. That's the whole concept, right? The win-win to become successful, ride the momentum with the company's timing, and ultimately arrive and achieve stability through consumers as the company takes its share in the marketplace. So that's really why you want to be positioned with Riman now. It's a very critical moment in time. That window of opportunity isn't always going to be there. It's like front running Apple or front running Amazon, right? Like it's not the same thing, but it's like being there before the masses are starting to talk about it or starting to know about it, right? The best example I could give is like imagine everybody knows Japanese cars are reliable and affordable, right? And I think Toyota is a car maker that actually created that reputation for Japanese cars. But can you imagine at the height of people getting excited about Japanese cars, Toyota is about to launch Lexus into the American market. Think like that, right? It's like we're at a place and moment in time today, um, you know, red, brown, yellow, black, and white. People from all walks of life know what K beauty is, but they don't know what to buy. Think about this. They don't know what to buy, but the hype is out about K beauty, and you have the number one K beauty brand with a compelling product and a compelling story. This is where the money making opportunity really is. Okay. So why Remon is so special now is because we have the advantage because social media has really created the K beauty game. Even before Remon got here, you have to understand something. Social media has changed the game. And if you look at how trends work, right? Most trends start with the younger generation, right? Think like Pokemon cards, right? How did Pokemon cards get big? How did they blow up? They blew up because the parents were buying it for their kids. Think about that, right? How did Facebook blow up, right? Facebook too, it wasn't what it is today. It was supposed to be what? It was supposed to be a networking digital yearbook for alumni. Then it got popular to universities. Then parents wanted to know what's happening. They opened it to everybody, and it became this communicative way of life on a platform, right? But who blew it up? It's the young generation. Same thing. K beauty is riding the trend right now because of the likes of TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. Why? Because I'll tell you this. I'm 43. When I grew up, I rode bicycles. I was into BMX bikes, hide and seek, playing on the streets, right? With my neighborhood friends. Well, the young generation today, they're not really doing that. They're on their iPads, they're on their phones, they're watching YouTube. Go to any restaurant and you see a family with kids, one of them is going to have like a tablet there. Okay. So children grew up on the internet, on these platforms, right? And K beauty blew up where? On these platforms. Now, some of you might have heard of like snail serum, K beauty about 15 years ago. Well, the young American girl that tried that 15 years ago today is 30, guys. Think about that. So there's a real, genuine, authentic, mainstream hype, authentic hype around K beauty. Okay. How do you make a lot of money? Position yourself in a place where there's massive buying power. Massive buying power, right? Where's that? Probably the women's industry, right? I just got back from South Coast Plaza today. I was going to take a picture of the men's bathroom on the third floor of Nordstrom's because I joke about it all the time. And lo and behold, I went to the third floor and it said men's plus family restroom, right? Why? Because on the first floor, all they're selling is women's stuff. But here's the caveat, okay? The modern woman has awakened, okay? The sophisticated buyer is now awakened, okay? So in America, especially the beauty industry, women hold $39 trillion of buying power, okay? So how do you get rich? Position yourself where there's massive buying power, okay? So let me think about it, like Jimmy Choo, Gianni Versace, Tom Ford, Christian Louboutin, Louis Vuitton, Yves Saint Laurent. Guess what? These are all men's names, and these designers sell to women, right? Why? Because that's where the purchasing power is at, right? But here's what happened. Probably prior to COVID, I'm not going to get into politics, but prior to COVID, some of you may be used to buying a product based on an iconic logo like Chanel, or a star marketer like Scarlett Johansson doing something luxurious, or some type of a product because it's from France and it's $1,000 and it gives you status, right? But here's the reality of the matter. After COVID, everybody kind of understood that nobody's coming to save you. And everybody kind of got the memo that it's best to find a way to make money online. And guess what? Network marketing, this platform has been here for about 100 years. We've been already doing it. And once people discovered that this is something you could do from home, Zoom also kind of got implemented into society, fast forwarded, everybody started jumping into our industry, right? But what ended up happening is the landscape of our industry has completely changed now. The days of Lamborghini bikini and compensation, that doesn't work anymore. What really works is a true product that somebody can introduce and make a sale. This is where the big companies are headed moving forward, right? But where the modern woman has become more sophisticated is today, she is no longer buying products because of a logo. She is looking at ingredients. Is it going to cause cancer? Is it going to disrupt my hormones? What are the reviews? What are the people saying? And where is the best price point? How can I get it cheaper? So in actuality, because the landscape is changing, more and more big brands are going to be held accountable. But then again, at that right moment in time, remember I just showed you that graph, preparation, opportunity, that's how you get rich. At that moment in time, Riman was prepared. And when the opportunity came, when there was a movement of the health triangle, people wanting to know ingredients, I want to know what I'm putting in my body, what's the price point? When everybody has awakened at that moment in time, the opportunity and the preparation met with the Riemann opportunity. Think about this, guys. This is where it's going to be life changing once you understand what opportunity you have before you. Okay, there are not a lot of products out there that meet the demand of the opportunity and the preparation at the same time. It's literally like winning the lotto. Okay, this is how you're going to be able to make a lot of money. Why? Because everybody knows about K-beauty. Everybody's daughter wants to use K-beauty. It's highly known to be affordable luxury. Okay, its signature use case is, rather than treating the symptom aggressively, we treat the problem and the core issue gently. Okay, everybody's in the know about this, and here we are coming out of South Korea with the #1 K-beauty product. Okay, all you got to do is share. All you got to do is change your face, and your finances are going to change too. That's literally the message we're giving you today. So understand this, okay? How you get rich is not about what you like or what you vibe to or what you're comfortable with. No, you got to really pay attention to what the market is commanding today. What are people talking about? What is trending? How can I get ahead of the trend? How can I front run the market? But the most important thing, I got to be in a mundane business where there's massive buying power. That's how you're going to get rich. Okay. Oil business, lumber business, maybe the cosmetic business, massive buying power, things that people need anyway. Think about this, like for those of you that are married, like men, okay, or for those of you females on the call today, right? Isn't it safe to say you'll never leave your house without doing a little bit of makeup or, sprucing yourself up, right? So this is these are products that people spend money on anyway. Okay, it is not a luxury anymore. Okay, and in 20 trillion worldwide, okay, 15 trillion just in the US for 2023, 2024. Okay, so if you position yourself where there's massive buying power and it's already trending, people are looking for it, and here you are with a compelling story and a compelling product, and it's cheap like Girl Scout cookies, it's just too easy, guys. This is where the immense opportunity really is. So let me go over the data with you, right? K-beauty surpasses 10 billion in imports, probably on a yearly basis, right? So this is back in 2024, but this is the regional outlook. This is where it's growing and trending: North America, Europe, Asia Pacific, Central and South America, and even in the Middle East to parts of Africa, right? This is compelling. Why is it? Because the way we do information, social media, the way the young people are sharing information is traveling fast. Okay, so here's what I like to tell you: if the product can talk, your money will walk straight into your bank account. Okay, so what this is saying is pretty much we became the #1 cosmeceutical brand in South Korea. So people ask, how did we become #1? What constitutes #1? So how we became #1, the first one is we are the #1 exported K-beauty brand in South Korea. The other part is we are the most volume of units amount sold individually in the marketplace. Many people are still using and buying this product, okay? So I just want to kind of share that with you, but here's what you have to understand. Think of the name Incelderm, ICD, right? It means in cellular dermatology, or into the cellular level of your dermis. So think about this, guys. Our product literally means penetration. Want to try some K-beauty penetration? That's really what it means. So here's why you have to understand the power of our product, right? Most people come into the business thinking, oh, K-beauty, it's trending, it's cool, or it's cheap, or but the reality of the matter is, even within the Korean skincare, Korean cosmetics, even in that whole space, okay, like there's levels to the game, right? There's a differentiality between certain brands and products, okay? We are the superior product, but the reason why we are superior is because the moment the product touches your skin, it has a transdermal effect. This is why we call our product a cosmeceutical product, meaning half pharmaceutical grade, half cosmetical grade. Okay, so when you look below, there's something called a microfluidizer. Okay, this is a pharmaceutical machine, and this machine practically makes transdermal skin penetrative ointment or lotions, right? Such as a numbing cream, steroid cream, histamine cream, any type of a hormone cream where you put it on your skin, and as a delivery method, it penetrates your skin and goes deep inside, and it gets delivered into the body, okay? But what makes Riman's Incelderm technology so special is because this can't be duplicated, and it's really expensive to do. Meaning, if you do too much, it's going to penetrate beyond the skin barrier and have no use. If you do it too little, it's not going to really penetrate, and you're just going to waste a lot of money just by trying to do the technology. So what we've mastered is actually the amount of microfluidization that creates that perfect touch of nanoliposomal technology to heal from the inside out. All right. So as you know, we had a big 2024 year because we did some big branding and some big contracts with Interbrand, Pentagram, big marketers for the LVMH organization. And as you know, Frederic Bertin, he's been with LVMH for many years. Some of you know Diptyque, right? The popular luxurious Diptyque. He's actually the creator of that, and he created our fragrance. So these are a lot of the bragging points, some of the important things that you can use. Understand that we're not some cheap mama pop shop direct selling. This is the big leagues. We are in the big leagues. We're here to become a legacy company. As you know, we also launched K-Beauty makeup. This is actually protective skin healing ingredient based safe efficacy makeup. But also the cool thing about this is we actually did our marketing at True Beauty in Hollywood Studios. That's where Jessica Alba does her products. Kylie Jenner does her cosmetics there. I think at some point Rihanna did some marketing over there. And what we're looking to do is actually localize and Americanize the brand. Think of like Toyota, right? When we watch a Toyota commercial, it's very Americanized. It's a iconic brand that all Americans can relate with, and it's very familiar. As you can see, this is not makeup or skincare just for Asian people, but it's for people from all walks of life with all different undertones and skin colors. And everybody can also participate in cleanse, nourish, and protect. So with that said, I want to give you a kind of a call to action. The most important thing I want to talk to you guys tonight before I close it out is the Roadmap 2025 Las Vegas Convention. Guys, if you guys want to see a game-changing, game-altering experience in your business, make no mistake, you and your team, you need to get everybody there. This is where all the magic happens. Think about it, right? When I first got invited to the the second Riman convention, that's where Mr. Timothy Her and I made the decision we're going to run for national director. There were already senior directors, other people running for national director, but that's where the actual decision was made because seeing is believing. The best example I can give you is think of like Cruising USA, the car game. For every checkpoint you pass, right, you get a life extension, right? It's like that. You build these businesses, you build your business from event to event, and every event is designed to raise the bar in your business, raise the revenue, raise the belief, raise the commitment level, raise the training. And when you have people from all walks of life, thousands of people there, guess what happens? The emotion the transfer of emotion starts to happen. And when you can transfer emotion of motivation, excitement, promise, tenacity, commitment, that's where the leaning forward motion happens. And guess what? If you have the biggest real estate in that room, you're going to be the biggest winner. Think about that. If you have the biggest real estate in that convention room, and most of your people have completed the transfer of belief, the transfer of faith, the transfer of, yes, I'm going to make it happen, the biggest team with the transfer of belief is going to win. So this is an opportunity you cannot miss. You guys have to be there. Also, it's in Las Vegas, one of the most funnest places. Make sure you promote this, make a commitment. As the saying goes, right? If you build it, they will come. Also, for all my team leaders and higher directors, those of you that have business in these Asia markets, it's the same thing. I'm pretty sure for some of you that have seen some fruits of your labor and your income has gone up because we saw some compensation changes and had uni levels added. Make sure, when your income is up and you're doing well, make sure you take the time to invest back into your business. Make sure your presence is there. Make sure your people know that their upline is there to back them and support them. And like I said, this is no different than I talked about the Las Vegas convention. This is where leaders are born. This is where national directors are born. This is where the magic happens. This is where the law of attraction happens. And you say, I'm going to be in that market. And you end up in that market in a few months. It's all about the transfer of belief. It's all about the commitment made then and there. So if you guys have some leaders, make sure you guys promote this event hard. Be there. It's going to be a life-changing event. So here's the call to action, guys. Okay. First and foremost, register now for the Riman roadmap. Obviously, all the life-changing training is going to be there. Have 5 guests on the Monday opportunity overview, whether it's at the Irvine office, whether it's on a Zoom meeting. Make sure you have prospects there. The important thing is not necessarily the results, but it's the activities. Do the money-making activities, and you're going to be a master of your craft. And what that's going to enable you to do is never, ever worry about money again. It's because you're going to be able to build and attain the skill as you go on in your career, okay? Recruit through 3 new planners in the next 7 days. Take advantage of the 3X promotion bonus in the month of August. Qualify for the 3X promo. Hit team leader in August. So with that said, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to be here. Thank you for starting the first week series of my 8-week training course. Next week, I'm going to be training you guys about how to keep the right kind of mindset. So remember, everything is kind of correlated. This week is kind of understanding why Riman is special, why Riman is for me, why it's the perfect pitch, why it's the perfect opportunity in this moment in time, why you can explain to your guy friend or your girlfriend it's all about making money and taking advantage of a small window of opportunity to front run the market, right? And remember, my 14-year run in my previous company, I made millions and millions of dollars selling skincare. So this is something that you guys don't want to pass up because this is something that's trending in the mainstream market. Now, next week, when I go over the bulletproof mindset, it's going to be like a mindset training on really understanding what kind of mindset to have as you go through the ups and downs, as you build your business. Because in this business, it's all about managing the right expectations, right? Whether it's goal setting, whether it's whatever it is you want to do, it's all about managing the right expectations, whether it's honesty. So I'm going to talk about really having what kind of bulletproof mindset that's going to give you a longer trajectory next month. And as we move forward, we're going to talk about recruiting. I'm also going to be covering how to do the perfect presentation, not to be a great speaker, but I'm going to go over every single Riman opportunity presentation slide. And I'm going to give you each selling point to each slide. Okay. I'm going to teach you exactly how to intentionally, purposefully, simplified do a presentation. Okay. And I'm going to explain all that, right? Because it's not about how really good you get. It's about how many times you're willing to really take the charge. And then I'm going to go over how to be a good recruiter. But on the second part, I'm also going to go over how to effectively close and understand the mindset of a prospect of what they're thinking right then and there when it comes time to sign them up. I'm going to go over some basic step-by-step analogies so you understand really in the psychological part what it is you need to achieve. Okay, so I'm going to go over that. I'm also going to go over leading with the product, like why it's detrimental to not lead with the product. Okay, because you want to show some penetration even on the skin right then and there, but it's a technique that's all kind of tied in, right? Getting them open-minded, getting them to see the business aspect, getting them to see the compelling story in the product, excited to try the product as they leave your meeting, right? Everything's going to be done with intention. And then the last part, probably on the 8th week, I'm going to go over comp plan drives behavior. I'm not a comp plan expert, but I'm going to show you how I do it, and it's worked effectively for me as well. So make sure you guys, make some time, carve out some time to really learn this 8-week course training. You could pick and choose what you like, take it and make it yours. But remember, this is stuff I've picked up along the way for 18 years, and it's been tried and true, applied over and over and over and over again. So, all I want to do is add value, bring value to your lives. And I truly want to see every single one of you succeed, change the quality of your life, whether that's for your child, a loving parent, or for your spouse. But I want Riman to be the vehicle that will equip you guys to have financial success. So thank you so much for your time, for being on tonight. I am so humbled from each and every one of you being on and participating. I look forward to doing the mindset training next week. I'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful weekend with family. Have a great time. Thank you so much. I love you guys. See you at the top. I'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. I'm out.